Good morning. Good morning. Do a quick audio test here. Make sure everything is good. All right, audio seems good. So let's kind of go over what we got going on today. As you can see here, I got the NQ pulled up on both. We got the 1 minute on the right, the 3 minute on the left. What we're going to be doing is top steps here on the left, and we got the Apex accounts on the right with the trade copier on. So we're going to be using the trade copier on the right. Going to try to just trade both of these on the NQ at the exact same time. We'll see how that works out for now and go from there. Did take a small trade overnight. Obviously, it's up $64 on this account. Up 84 cents on the top step. Woohoo! Right? Profit. So the idea was to target the silver bullet setup, and as you can see here, we swept this liquidity. We broke these lows, swept this liquidity to the downside. We had a market structure shift back to the upside here. I got long 2 contracts, took some drawdown. Really was supposed to enter here at 75. Instead, I entered at 85. I thought it was going to go without me. Took some drawdown. Got nervous. Thought maybe I was wrong. It came back to break even, and I took it off. You see what happened as soon as I took it off here. Well, not as soon as, but I was targeting that 510 level. That's what I was targeting. 25 handles there. So went straight to it, but can't dwell on it. Just got to move on here this morning and look for better opportunities. Well, not better, but you know what I mean. More opportunities here. Kind of been pushing up ever since then. Small pullback here in that 7 a.m. hour. But we've kind of been pushing up ever since then. We're above the VWAP, above the 20 SMA. So what we're going to be looking for here at open is a possible move higher. I mean, we're always going to be aware that we could pull back to the SMA and then move higher, or even all the way to the VWAP and then move higher. But we're going to be looking for a entry here at open once we get kind of a direction established and see what we can do. So right now we got about 4 minutes till open. Don't really like how it's been pushing up here, but not much you can do about that going into open here. Pull back to the VWAP would be a large drop, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm pretty bummed over the fact that I took that trade off for break even after I sat here. I got up at 3 a.m. looking specifically for that entry and got it, took it, didn't hold it. So just be careful here at open. Try to see if we can't get an entry. Possible pullback here at open. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I would expect, I think 5 out of the last 7 Fridays, we've been pushing on Fridays. Thursday and Friday, we've just kind of been pumping up. So let's see what happens here at open. ES pushing up here, making a new high, breaking through that high from a couple of days ago. We'll look for the nice easy money today if we can. Possible pullback at open here into this 50 level before we kind of ramp up. All right, let's see what happens here at open. See what we get. Plan today 1 contract here at open. Going to trade both accounts at open. Try to hit both at the same time. Just 1 contract. We don't have the when you got the trade copier on with trade of 8, you're unable to use bracket orders, so won't have the bracket set here on trade of 8 at open. Ten seconds for the market opens here. Let's take a look and see what happens here. Making a new high there. Goodness. Hate to jump in here. Let's get a little pullback here. Maybe we can join the party. Gonna go ahead and move the stopped out on that one. I gotta manually do it on this one. Selling back down here. Need to get this going here. Not liking the action I'm getting here so far. Trying to get this thing to push here. Need it to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put my stop in here. Just eat the loss there. Probably gonna go now. Yeah, I might have put my stop in a little too quick on that one, huh? All right, let's try it again. Stops at break even. Well, of course, there we go now. All right, I'm not liking the way this is kind of reacting. I'm gonna have to have a little bit of a wider stop if we're gonna be participating in this. I realize that I shouldn't have taken this off. I mean, it really didn't show too much signs of weakness there. Don't like how it's not breaking through that 90 level right away though. Should go through there quickly. Not liking the troubles that we're having here. I think it's going to go, but you know, when is it going to go is the question, right? ES pushed up to the 10 level and then kind of pulling back here. All right, let's jump in again here. Looking for maybe a bit of an overshoot here of the 600 level. All right, well, we tried to move that to break even and it did not. All right, I'm gonna wait. It's not getting good entries here. Can feel myself kind of just being a little bit antsy. So let's just take a moment and breathe. Oh, gotta get that. Gotta remember to take those orders off the chart on that one. They got a pivot point there at the 600 level on the NAS. Pivot point on the ES is going to be up at the 13 there. He is kind of basing here at this 0506 level. Yes, hanging out at the '07 there. Kind of needed to go. Gonna put the stop at break even there. All right, again, just getting stopped out there. Let's just go ahead and just didn't hold it long enough there. I don't know. All right, let's kind of reset it. There's no point in trying to make it all here at the beginning. Let's just see what happens. I wasn't patient enough here on this this entry here. I took some drawdown and I should have waited. As you can see, it just didn't go like I like it to go quickly, but just had to have a little bit more patience there, and it would have hit my target there at the '05s. Possible rejection area here. May push it back below the 600 level there. Hey, Jack. So left side is Top Step. So the one with the $32. Right side's Apex, 193 in the negative. Kind of mismanaged this trade here. Really mismanaged it several times. I mean, I was long here. You know, in hindsight, easy to see, but ES pushing here. I'm going to go ahead and participate here on the Top Step account. I kind of feel like this thing might push up into the 30s here. All right, we're going to just put the stop here. Oh, goodness. All right. Definitely mismanaged the open here. Pretty poorly. I mean, I literally took 1, 2, 3, 4 entries on the Top Step account, moved the stop to break even way too fast. And we took a loser there just because, you know, we already took the drawdown. We may as well give this room. Should have just put the stop here. Didn't. 2, 3, 4. Pushing through the 20s now here. Probably going to move up into the 30s. Kind of was where my target was. No real reason to move my stop there. did it anyway. So let's just reset. ES moving up into the 15 range, possibly up into the 17s. Yeah, I guess it could move up into the 20s, looks like. Alrighty. There's the 30s on the NAS. It's just ripping here. Into the 30s there. I mean, I've really mismanaged this open. Got to do better, but need to move back. Need to move past it here, because if I continue to dwell on it, I'm just gonna end up having a bad day. So let's just wait. Got this first 15-minute candle here. Just closed. This thing just keeps pushing. Possible move up here into the 50s. ES up to 43.15. Still trying to push. Possible move up into the 50s here. If the ES can get above this 15 level, then the NAS is just going to continue to push. It's like, at what point do you just jump in and let it go? ES kind of pulling back a little bit, back to this 12 level. Nasdaq's just not losing steam at all, just continuing to go. All right, we may get punished for this here, but we're going to participate. Let's see if we can get this move through the 50 strong here. Maybe overshoot the 50 to the 55 level. Stop's going to be at break even already. 43.20 plus on the ES possible here. So I got the stop locked in at $40 here. All right, kind of trailed that up a little too close, but as we've been doing this morning, knew there's going to be some resistance there at the 50, so I really should have just gave this room. ES kind of triple topping right here at the 43.15. Possible pullback here on the NAS before we make that leg higher. All right, a little pullback here. See if we get this push through this 55 level strong here. Kind of put our stop here at the bottom of this. Need it to go here. ES making new highs here. I don't see how the NAS doesn't go. Try to be a little more patient on this trade and give this thing the room that it needs to go. All right, now we got the stop at break even. Just want it to go. Not moving stop again. Let's just go. Well. Oh, man. We are just not displaying the patience that we need this morning. Not displaying the patience we need. Just locking in small profits when we should be taking, you know, large profits here. See, if I just give this room, leave my stop where it needs to be, I mean, we know it's going to break through the 50 level there. The ES making new highs all the way up to 43.17. It's going to definitely go, but... All right, I think at this point, we're probably just going to sit back and wait. Try to see if we can identify the silver bullet setup there. There's that push through to 55, just like we kind of expected. Would have been filled there for the full profit, but that's the problem. When I don't take the full profit like I'm supposed to, then when you take a full loss, it hurts that much more. So, you know, you can see, I mean, only at 117, down 171 in this one, but should have never gotten stopped out here. Stop should be here, should not be moved. Got to give this room here at open. Re-entered up here, $10, $10, $5. I mean, it's just no reason there. No reason to do the things that we do. Yeah, Jack. So the small profits do add up, but problem is the more you trade, more of a chance you're going to take a loser. And if you're taking short profits, you're not going to be able to absorb those losers as well. So no one's fault but my own. When you have a 100-point move at open in the first 23 minutes and you're down, that's rough. Not down much, but still down, either way you look at it. Still pushing here on the NAS, just kind of just going to the moon here. Just kind of going to the moon without us. I mean, goodness, is this thing going to push all the way to the 700s here? I mean, kind of looking like it might. Man, I almost want to just put on a contract and just, you know, put my stop down here pretty wide and just let this thing go. I mean, on a day like today, that's almost, so far, it's almost what you could do. Kind of getting the pullback here. ES hit that 43.19 level. Pulling back to the 43.15 on the ES here. Approaching the 10 o'clock hour. About 3 more minutes. I'm considering participating along here. Considering here. All right, I'm going to take a long here. Kind of targeting this 90 8.99 area, and I'm going to try to give this one the room that it needs to go there. Obviously, I'm going to have to move my stop to break even. Maybe with the break of 68 here, we'll move to break even. If we make new highs. All right, stops at break even. Actually, I'm just going to leave I'm going to leave it right here. I'll give it a little bit of room here to work. I'll try to be a little more patient here on this trade. See if we can't get this pushed through to this 698 level here. Might be just kind of FOMOing into the top here. Could, you know, already made a 100-point move here, and we're trying to buy at the top. So I'm not sure how smart this is, but we'll see what happens here. All right, I am going to move my stop up here. I don't want to lose too much on this move, so risking $200 here. Gonna get stopped, looks like. All right, we're gonna move it back to here. Trying to give it a little more room here. Don't really want to get stopped out for it to just move higher. So don't like that the ES is kind of pulling back here though. Need to go here if we're gonna go. This is where my patience kind of gets tested. Well, I think I'm going to take this off. Trying to give it a second here, see if it'll go, but it's not showing the strength I'd like to see. All right, now the stop's at break even. See if we can get this push up now. Again, kind of mismanaged that trade too, but all right, that's it until we find this ICT silver bullet. Oh man, I'm not doing well today. Not doing well. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right. Yeah, just taking a mental break there for a second. So, I definitely haven't been patient there, Jackson. There's been no patience this morning, bud. See, long here at the 69, 569. Patience would be leaving my stop here at the bottom and just letting this go. But instead, you can see we did not do that. So we're up 183 on this account, down 171 here on Apex. It's okay. Just need to kind of just mentally reset here, and it's fine. It's not like we're doing horrible as far as profit loss goes. So just look for the next good setup, and then when we get it, let's just hammer it and hold the trade. So see what happens. See what happens. So we've kind of created a new high here. So what we would be kind of looking for is maybe a displacement back to the downside. I would like to get the displacement on the 3-minute chart to just get a better confirmation. And if it does not offer us a entry, we can always look at the 1-minute chart for our entry. So look for the displacement on the 3-minute chart and then look for the entry on the 1-minute chart. It's kind of the plan here. And we'll see how that works out for us there. Do got the pivots. I mean, they're about 100 points apart. One pivot, 14,600. The other pivot's 14,700. Could just be kind of consolidating in this area until we decide to move higher. And we actually have a high that we're taking out from June 7th. Well, it's not the high from June 7th, but actually it might be. Yeah. So we're just approaching this liquidity here at June 7th. Looks like it's at 74. So as soon as we pierce that, we may see maybe look for a market structure shift back to the downside here for a possible short entry. Just kind of retrace some of this move that we made this morning. Look for that ICT silver bullet. And there we go. We pierced that high. So that's an important swing high there that we just took out. So for the silver bullet setup, now we're just kind of looking for a shift back to the downside. Again, I want to see the shift on the 3-minute chart just for confirmation. And then we'll look for our entry on the 1-minute chart. So that's kind of what we're looking for here. Just give it a few minutes, see if it forms. All right, starting to get some retracement here. What I'd like to see is, really like to see us maybe, take out this this level here, create a fair value gap, trade back up into it for the move down. You see on the 1-minute chart, technically we've already got a shift in structure, but I really would like to see more of confirmation. All right, want to continue down here. Also looking at the 2-minute here. All right, need a little more displacement to the downside here before we consider an entry. A little more displacement to the downside. We don't really want it to pop back up here. No real fair value gaps to speak of here at this point. It is kind of trading back into this bullish fair value gap though at this point. But pushing down again here a little more. All right, see if we get what we're looking for here. Just kind of watching, being very attentive to this these charts here, guys, because I've missed this setup quite a few times over the last week, and today I don't want to miss it. We haven't been patient on any of these other entries, so maybe if we can kind of get this displacement back to the downside here, maybe we can get a nice little trade in. We'll see. We are bouncing out of this fair value gap, though. Small in there. $15-minute chart yet. Still hasn't really turned bearish yet, to be honest. It's certainly the momentum to the upside's slowed. ES is kind of bouncing out of this area as well. Yeah, possible retracement back up to retest those highs, but probably more or less just some consolidation here. I almost want to buy this push back up here, but if I was going to buy it, I probably should have been in it already. All right, stops there at break even. Looking for a little push. Well, again, move that stop too quickly. Let's look for that push through high a day there. Took $40, but really should have been getting long once we failed to break down and we made this candle here. As soon as we broke this high at 55, that was kind of an entry there. But we jumped in too late. Still didn't have enough patience to put our stop down there, because we would have got the full trade there. I mean, patience on these trades is not something I can just say like, oh, I'm gonna have patience, and then all of a sudden I have patience. It just doesn't happen that way. Hey, John Jones. Yeah, I remember over on Cammy's stream there. Not doing great this morning though, John. Not having the patience I need. Kind of eyeballing the silver bullet setup here. I was hoping that we might, we took out the high on the 50-minute chart from the 7th. And so I was thinking that we might get that displacement back to the downside there. Looking for that silver bullet setup, but didn't happen yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just didn't happen yet. I was thinking here, you know, might could get some displacement and then a move back up for a move down here. But big move up this morning, and I did not capitalize. I got long here at 14,569. Moved my stop too quick. Got long again, moved my stop too quick. It's just a reoccurring theme here. Taking very little small bites out of the market instead of full meals. So on the right side here, I got the Apex account. So we're down 134 on it. Took the same trade, same entry here, but just didn't put my stop where it needed to be, and then it bounced out of there. Up 183 on this top step account. So pretty much break even on the day. So just trying to be patient here, see if we can't let this silver bullet kind of form and take advantage. Just trying to, reset myself mentally here. Reset myself mentally and hammer this silver bullet setup if it offers it to us. Yeah, that was a tough move to trade. I mean, it was a 100-point move, and you can look at it in hindsight, John, and say, man, that went straight up. But when you're trading it, that was not straight up. I mean, it looks straight up, but it's definitely not straight up on the 1 minute. That big wick right there. I guess this was maybe the only real pullback. And I had my stop here, and I even took the drawdown all the way to here. And then as it moved back up, I just decided to move my stop with it. Just didn't make any sense, but that's what I did. It's my biggest problem, moving that stop too soon. So let's wait and see if we can't get a decent setup here for another entry. We may take some momentum trades along the way, but for the most part, going to try to look for the ICT silver bullet. The ES is all the way up to the 43.24s. Let's look at the ES from this morning. Yeah, I mean, the ES actually looks quite a bit cleaner this morning. It had that same wick, just a little 5-point wick there on the ES, and it just bounced out of it and just was off to the races. But it actually offered several entries now that I'm looking on the ES. But I don't trade the ES that much. I know Cammy likes the ES. I used to trade the ES all the time, but I don't trade it that much. I find it harder to hold when you don't have patience, right? Yeah, I do trade both. This is the first day this week that I don't have the ES on one side of the charts. I usually kind of keep the ES on one side and the NAS on the other, but I like the speed of the Nasdaq. With my lack of patience, it helps with that. When you kind of get you either get your profit or your death right away, right? Pretty quickly. So, but I do pay attention to the ES and I do watch it in relation to the Nasdaq. You know, to kind of see if like the ES is pushing. I think the Nasdaq will push, that sort of thing. Vice versa. ES up to 43.25. Moving on up there. I mean, gonna probably see the 30s today on the ES for sure. At some point. Maybe not right away. You never had any good luck marketing in, so I try not to until I get better at it. Yeah, I almost always market in, unless it's an ICT setup. I'll usually just mark it in, but probably shouldn't do that. Probably should just limit and let it come back and give me a little bit better of a feel. Problem with the Nasdaq is if you try to mark it in, it's it's moving so fast that it's probably going to go without you. And look at here, we're getting this kind of breakout here. ES nailed the 25 level, kind of pulling back there a little bit. Next pivot's up here at 700 on the Nasdaq. Where's that next pivot at on the ES? Let's take a look. $77. That? Oh wow, that pivot's way up there. Wait a second. Oh, my trading view's not right again. It's not right on the. I had to change the chart this morning on the NAS. I didn't even notice the ES is the same way. So I have to change the chart here. I don't know what happened on the trading view this morning. The charts just went crazy. All right, it's moving up here to the 87. Like I said, it kind of looks like it wants that 700 level, but I don't know if it's really going to offer us an entry here. I hate buying the top here. Dollar's still moving down and kind of stair stepping down all morning. Do you trade the ES, John, or are you on the NQ also? Uh, 43, that's still not right. Trying to change this chart here. Yes. All right, there we go. Now we finally got that chart fixed. So yeah, the next pivot on ES is at 27.50, 27.75. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, turn on the bell so you know that, get notified when I go live. We appreciate it. Helps the channel out. Kind of waiting for a pullback here, but we may not get it. Yeah, I normally have pretty good luck on that first burst, John. I usually get my profit, a decent amount of my daily profit, like right in this burst. But today I just did not trade it well. Did not trade it well. And also today is the first day I'm kind of trying to trade both accounts at the same time. Typically I would just trade one each trade. But today I'm like, I just kind of want to do both at the same time. All right, let's see if we get this market structure shift to the downside here. Maybe look for this silver bullet setup potential. So what we'd like to see here ideally is for this swing low to be taken on a 3-minute chart. So pull back into here, then trade back up into the fair value gap, and we will look for an entry on the 1-minute or 2-minute chart if we don't get it on the 3-minute there. It has to trade through that swing low there for me to kind of feel comfortable to get a shift in structure. That's pretty much the same area that we'd have the shift in on the 1-minute chart as well. I mean, I guess technically you could use this low, but this one makes a lot more sense, I think. Appreciate that, John. So you trade the ES. Yeah, like I said, I like the ES, and I only traded the ES forever. That was all I traded through all of step 1 of Top Step Challenge. I only traded the ES, never traded the NQ. And then I tried out the NQ one day and was like, man, I like this. I was like, I like this so much better just because of the volatility. So ever since then, I still trade the ES, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I just don't read it as well. I still look for the silver bullet and stuff like that on the ES as well, because sometimes it'll form there and not, you know, on the Nasdaq. So we are watching the ES, and let's see. I could even do this. Let's since you are watching the ES, let's put it up here. We'll put the ES over here. 3-minute chart. Just have to remember I got that over there. Kind of traded back into this fair value gap here and it's kind of bouncing out of it. ES doing the same. It's not really getting a shift in structure there that we were looking for. I mean, it could take a long here, possibly over 74 for a little scalp back to the high potentially. ES kind of bouncing out of there too. You're gonna have a very small gap here if this still need this structure shift through here. It's gonna leave a very small gap here if it continues down. You can see ES is pushing here, trying to push, and the NAS is trying to push down. So a little bit of a lag here this morning, one to the other. So looking for this break of this swing low if we can possibly get it. There's that ES pushing back up to the high of day there. That makes me want to just get long here. If it breaks, yeah, 70. All right, we'll take a quick scalp long here. See if we can't get a push up. The ES is approaching the new highs there, but you would think that the NAS would kind of go with it, but it's not. So far, it's kind of pulling back here. Might stop us out for a loss. need to go here. If we're going to go, I'm not liking how long it's taking to go. ES is approaching the new highs. Need the ES to pierce that 25 level to kind of give us the steam we need here to go. I might just take this off here. I'm not liking it. Should be going already. Needs to go, needs to go. We're going to be moving our stop here to break even pretty quickly, which is what we've been doing all day. So see if the ES makes the new high here. Don't want it to double top, want it to pierce through there. All right, get through that 25 level there on the ES so you can take this NAS with it here. All right, made a new high. See if it can keep going. Yeah, ES made a new high, but only by a tick. So, all right, we're going to be at break even here. Stopped out. I just don't like how long it's taken there. Should be pushing already, and there it goes without me, of course. Been happening to me all morning, just not holding it like I'm supposed to, just not giving it the room. Oh, the frustration's real. The frustration is real. Not that we got a lot out of that, but I mean, we could have got, you know, what were you long from? 72, little 6-7 handles. This is what's been happening all day. I'll enter. I'll be like, okay, this, you know, this looks like it's going to do this. And then I'll enter and doesn't do it right away. I kind of get heavy hands and move the stop. Which realistically, if I'm buying here, if I'm buying this dip, stop needs to be below this fair value gap. It's not where I had it. You got to give it room to work there. Didn't do that. All right, let's see what we get here. Again, trying to look for the ICT silver bullet setup, but so far, we're just kind of holding up here. Yeah, this morning I woke up for the London session and looked for the silver bullet setup between 3 and 4 a.m., outlined it, found it, entered the trade. Entered it in a spot where I wasn't patient enough for it to come back into the gap. And so I had like a 9 handle, too high entry. And ended up just taking it off for break even. Took it off for break even and would have had a nice large trade. Got to get better at that. Got to get better at it. Excuse me. All right. Well, let's just try to be patient here and see if something presents an opportunity for us. I would like to get into the green here on the other account at least before the afternoon, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay. All right, kind of approaching the 20 SMA here. Like again, hate to keep saying it, but we're just looking for this structure shift to the downside. for a possible entry. Looks like we might get it here. All right, let's take a look. Need it to trade through that 43 area. May get a little bounce here at the 50. Like I said, on the 1 minute chart, kind of already gotten that structure shift. You know, on the 1 minute chart, you consider this a structure shift already. I like to see confirmation on the 3 minute chart first. So I really like to see this confirmation over here first before I just take this, consider this on the 1 minute chart a structure shift. Okay, approaching it here. Would like it to pierce through here. See if we can get that. Pierce through there. Kind of the same kind of setups going on here on the ES too. So, didn't quite pierce through there. So this is what I mean. We want to see a fair value gap kind of form here on the 3 minute, but paying attention to the 1 minute, because a lot of time what happens, you'll get the structure shift on the 1 minute first. It's going to trade back up into the first gap and then continue lower, and that's your better entry, usually with a little shorter stop. So I want to see this pierce. This swing low has not been broken yet. I really want it to break the swing low before it trades back up into that gap. I want to see it break this swing low for confirmation. I mean, you could technically, I guess, take the trade if it trades back up into this gap because it broke this swing low, but I like to have confirmation on the 3 minute chart first, because since we bounced in this area before, you know, don't want to kind of double bottom here and go back to the high. I like to see it take this liquidity here first. So I don't consider this. Let's look in the 2 minute chart. Yeah. I mean, I guess technically on the 2 minute chart, it did not break structure. Well, it did kind of break structure. Same setup on the 2 minute chart there. This was on the 1 minute, but again, you could potentially take an entry here, but I'm not 100% confident in this being a shift in structure. I mean, technically, this could be considered a shift in structure here too on the 3 minute, but do we want to enter? Nope. Yep. We would be looking for a short entry here. Let's see. Trying to watch and see how it is kind of reacting to this gap here. I mean, it seems to be respecting it so far, but we have the fair. Oh, wait, I put this in the wrong spot. So you kind of have this gap in this area that we just Just made. I guess this could be considered a market structure shift. That's kind of my problem sometimes with these setups. I don't take them right away, so I should be short from 57 now. See if we get the bounce back up in there or not. Now we got confirmation of a market structure shift for sure, and we kind of have this order block here on the 1 minute chart. So I guess we'll try to take an entry here, the 44, and we'll target the 15 if we can get filled there. We'll do the same thing here. We should be short. You know, again, I should have taken this entry, but I wasn't 100% sure of trusting the shift in market structure there. Goodness. You're going to tell me that we missed that again. Need this to come back up and tag me in at the 44 here. All right, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and take... Oh, what is... Oh, I forgot. I forgot all about that. Let's take that off. Because I forgot these orders are... I don't have the brackets on. So that filled me there. We took a... I don't know, small loss or whatever on accident. Can't believe I did that. Didn't trust it. See, that's what's been happening to me every single day. Oh well. Well, let's see if we can. Maybe we can get us an alternate second entry here. Won't be as good, but. Let's see. Did the setup already go by on the ES? Let's check the ES. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I think that's probably really going to tilt me. I outlined it. I wasn't sure about this shift in structure. I know on the 1 minute you can use just your first one. But I always like to wait for a little confirmation there. Bouncing there at the 600 level. Also got that pivot there at 600. All right, I hate doing this way down here, but if we can trade back up into this little bit lower gap here, then we'll try to take an entry there. If we break through the VWAP strong, we'll just be joining the momentum down. As we just stared at it just sell off here from 47 all the way down here when we were considering getting the taking the short there, but feels bad at this point. All right, since this is going to be a little more of a high risk entry, I think I'm going to take it on just only on the Apex account over here. All right, we're going to look for this push through the look for this push through the 600s here. Probably could have waited for this to come back up and touch that VWAP and took the entry there, but there's my impatience showing itself. Well, kind of bouncing out of that area. ES is too. Don't like the look of that. ES didn't sell off near as much. Ah, goodness. Could have had a much better entry on that there. Need this push down. All right, the stop's definitely going to go to break even here pretty fast. I am currently short from the 0475. Get back above that VWAP here on the 1 minute chart. I'm just going to kill this. Need to get this pushed down here pretty quickly. All right, let me go ahead and move my stop here to the VWAP. All right, we're at break even now. Let's get this pushed down. All right, I'll take it. I know get that off there. Woo! Get that off there. So I would have gotten filled there at my original target. Right here. Boom. But that's okay. As bad as I've traded this morning and the fact that we missed this setup, and I'm over here, I'm literally staring at it. And I'm thinking on the 3-minute chart here, I'm thinking we need to break this swing low in order for this to be a market structure shift, when in reality, I mean, this is considered a swing low as well. And I didn't even pay attention to that. So this would have been a very valid entry for your silver bullet. It should be short from 14,657. Move all the way down to the 70s here, maybe even to the 50s. Another 100-point move down, basically, that I just fumbled the bag on. But I'm okay with this trade right here. We got a little 270 profit. So 115 up on this account now. 178 up on this. Certainly not the morning I was looking for. But it is Friday, so any profit's going to be good. Any profit will be good. So I think at this point, I'm probably not going to take any more trades this morning. Just going to lock in the profit that I have here. I know this is a little bit shorter of a stream. Normally stream till at least 11. Possible bounce here, though. Let's watch. Hold on, because this is right where we opened. So possible bounce zone here. Hold on, let's see. Let's wait on it. Possible move back up into the VWAP. Could kind of short at the VWAP there. You know what? I'm not going to take it. We're going to lock it down this morning. Guys, appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Subscribe. Once again, turn on that bell for the notifications for when I go live. And if you see the banner at the top of the page there's a link in the description for Apex. If you can get 80% off using my code in the banner up top. So if you're interested in that, it's about $40 a month for the 50K account. But I will be live this afternoon at 2 p.m. So I will see you guys then. And let's just lock it down here and start fresh this afternoon with a little better mentality. Appreciate you guys joining me this morning.